whatever messages that we are receiving through our neurons, that is how exactly our body is responding. For instance, tomorrow you have a presentation, a very important presentation you're going to make, but because you didn't get the time to prepare for that presentation, your subconscious will send you a message to the conscious mind by the help of neurons that since you're not prepared, skip the office meeting today, go tomorrow, make some kind of excuse, get yourself well prepared, and then the next day you make that presentation and come out with flying colors. So your conscious mind will obviously give you 10 different reasons that, okay, I'm not feeling well, or I'm not that prepared. Whatever, you will try and find out every means to escape that meeting. If you have a debate competition, then one night before, you're going to get very scared, anxiety hormones are going to work on you, and the next day your knee is going to shake. The shaking of the knee, the sweating of the sweat glands that get provoked, the skin, the sweat glands in the skins that get channelized and energized, and the sweat comes out, the rubbing of your fingers, the rubbing of your hand, and the sweating of your hand, the signs of nervousness, and the shaking of your knee. All these neuroactivity are being conducted by the neurocells, by the neuron. 80 billion neurons are functioning with us every time, every moment, with a fraction of a second. It is transmitting certain kind of messages to every part and every organ of our body, and every organ of our body is being controlled by those neurons. Now, how can you get hold of those neurons? You can use neuro-linguistic programming technique we are going to discuss today, that has given effective results on many people, and once you apply it properly, you're going to see the results for yourself. You are going to send the right kind of messages to your body, and your body, your organs are going to respond to it positively when you apply the technique in your day-to-day life. Now, before we come to that technique, how we are going to apply it, it is very important that you understand what you're dealing with and how you're going to apply this neuro-linguistic programming in your brain cells. What is happening when a particular thought triggers? It is about the choosing of words. The neuro-linguistic programming technique today that is going to control the outcomes of your life, that is about what kind of thoughts you give birth to, or your mind gives birth to your thought invoking that takes place within you. Those thought words completely impact what is our outcome. For instance, if you are a very positive person and you always tell yourself that, okay, I am not going to think in a negative manner. Now, in this case, what is happening to you is the word negative has its associated memory in the back of your mind. Although you are trying to motivate yourself, you are telling, I will not think negative. But in the process, you are somewhere getting pushed towards a negative zone. Why? Because the memory associated with the word negative is negative. On the other hand, in order to motivate yourself, suppose you tell yourself, today I am going to get very positive. So, you are going to shift your mind towards the positive zone. Why? Not because the word has to do with negative or positive, but because the memory associated with the word. So, the memory associated, the information that the memory has associated with the word positive is positive. So, now suppose one neuron, and it will send the messages to various neurons, that is the 80 billion neurons, and how it reacts. This is the neuron, this circle, and now this has receiver. Now, these receivers are what? These are called dendrites. Dendrites are message receivers that is sending a signal, that is sending a message. Suppose you're getting and receiving a message of fear. Tomorrow is a debate competition. So, you are getting messages of the nervousness and fear. So, dendrites are passing that signal, that is receiving the signal of fear, and it is passing to the neuron. Now, what this neuron will do? Now, this is the neurotransmitter that is in front, that lies ahead of the neuron. Behind of the neuron, it is dendrites, that is the message receiver. What message got received? Message of fear got received. Now, what these neurotransmitters will do, that is ahead of the neurons will convey the message to another neuron with the help of this neurotransmitter. These are what? These are the dopamine hormones, serotonin, oxytocin. So, these are the kind of hormones depending on the kind of message. Fear, negative, so stress hormones will release. And happy hormones, so serotonin will release. The neurotransmitters are going to convey the message. Through this neurotransmitter, this message, for example, the message of fear will get conveyed to another neuron. And this way, one neuron to another neuron, and it will get connected to 80 million neurons in your brains, in your entire body parts. These messages will be sent in a fraction of a second. So, What message got sent? Message of fear. So your knee got a command that your knee has to shake because it is very scared. Your knee will start shaking.